Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. Today we are going to be using some transfer foils to achieve a vintage nail design look. So we've got a couple of brands today. We've got a Macart matte top coat, we've got some Parkinson's shade number 2001 gel polish, along with some Madam Glam all the way up pink gel polish. So today's nail design is actually a recreation of this image right now on the screen. So I came across it on Pinterest and I just fell in love, and I kind of wanted to do my own little spin on it. So although we are pretty much recreating it almost identically, we are switching a couple of things around, such as the colors that I'm using today. It looks like on the original image, the person who did those, it looks like they kind of hand painted those roses, but I decided to go ahead and pick out some transfer foils. I feel like I have so many. I'll be filming a whole vlog of me moving into my new kind of nail salon area in my house soon, so you guys will get to see everything behind the scenes of actually how much nail art I have and everything. But in the meantime, you can trust me on my word that I have a lot of transfer foils, and I probably find transfer foils the hardest to use. I know I'd never see people use them on real clients. I usually kind of see people playing about with them on tips and such, so I do like to sometimes really include those to really give some ideas on how you can use them, because you can really transfer a full nail just with transfer foils. The whole reason today's nail design looks vintage, I think, is because of the gel polish that I chose, that darky pinky colour from Madam Glam, and also the transfer foil. I am applying the second coat now because I actually managed to not film the first one. If you're regular on my channel, you know I usually show you guys me applying the first layer and I do the second one off camera, but this time I had to switch it around because your girl was getting very confused today and was just not clicking the right buttons when I should be. So now that we've got two layers applied, I'm going to use the shade 2001 from Parkinson, which is a very nice milky white. Although right now it's kind of popping up as a very white gel polish on the screen, it's very much more milky. I have used it in the past quite a few times, to be honest. It's a very kind of most picked up white at the moment for me. I quite enjoyed the milkiness of it. And I'm going to do almost, it looks like a square but not, on one of those pink nails. So I'm going to do two lines on one side and the other. So two lines all together, but one line is going to be longer than the other. Then at the top you want to connect them, so that's why you get this nice slanted line, and the line at the bottom, you want that one to be straight. Then you want to go ahead and colour it in. I will go ahead and colour the second layer off camera as well, just because it is a milky white, and overall whites usually are quite hard to get super opaque on, you know, when there's a pretty dark colour underneath. So I should go ahead and do a second layer, then we'll be able to go ahead and apply our transfer foil gel. So for today I am going to use my Macart transfer foil gel. I've only ever tried two transfer foil gels, funny enough, and the first time around I got one from AliExpress. I just did not like it. I couldn't get it to work, and then my second attempt was with Macart and I just hit a jackpot, and ever since then I'm just so happy with it that I've never ventured out to look at other brands. I would like to, but at the moment I just don't use transfer foils enough to kind of want to try out new brands at the moment. But for sure, once I run out of my Macart one, I'll be trying to check out different brands. I just love trying different companies and glitters and crystals and all of that. I would love to have it all in my collection, so I'll definitely be given a little look on Amazon probably at some time when I finish this transfer foil gel. So I'm only going to apply it onto where the whites are. So now I'm going in with the actual brush from the bottle and applying it on only the white areas. So I had to go in with a little nail art liner brush to colour in that center little piece of white on that pink nail, just because it would be a nightmare with this big brush from the bottle. And then I am colouring in that full white nail and that little half nail there too, but just the white area. Just the white area, and then you want to pop it into the lamp for 60 seconds. If you ever struggle with transfer foils, make sure once you take it out of the lamp, leave it for 60 seconds or leave it for 5 minutes, whatever it is. Go get yourself a cup of tea, go grab a biscuit or something, just let it sit for a minute. I've noticed that the longer I let it sit, the quicker it is to transfer over, like super quick. I think mid filming this one, somebody called me, I recorded my phone, it cut my recording, so it ended up sitting there for a very long time, and you'll probably notice how quickly it just transfers, like super quickly. It was literally magical. It was literally the best thing. So if you're not in a rush, then do go ahead and give it a go, because literally, trust me, it will be a massive lifesaver. I feel like I just need to dedicate a whole video for transfer foils, so if anyone ever has any issues with them, I can just direct everybody to that one video. because I know I don't always mention this little tip in the transfer foil videos when I use them, so it might be nice to have a full video on just like a little one-to-one on transfer foils and how to make them transfer perfectly every single time, what kind of products I use and what kind of foils I use, all of that good stuff. So I might do that, or you can always let me know in the comments as well if you would like to see that, or maybe you just all know how to use transfer foils, so you might not want that kind of video. So here I'm just pressing it down on the corners. I think this is the first nail I tackled before my phone cut off because somebody was calling me. So I'm just pressing down little areas. This transfer foil wasn't long enough, so I had to kind of like redo that little bit. But in the end, you couldn't even tell, so I just never transferred it over. Now it's time to do that centerpiece. So because the pinky shade in the background has not been matte top coated or gloss top coated, it still had a tacky layer. So a small fragment of the foil did end up transferring onto that pink area, but not to worry, I do go ahead and grab some acetone on an lint-free wipe, and I just kind of clean away everything that I don't want around that white area. So that was great. So this is, I think, the area where my phone got off, because I would have shown you how I take away and clean that nail. But you can see there, just the moment I tap that foil onto the nail, the whole thing basically transferred, excluding that little flower. I don't know what went there. I think I trusted the process a bit too quickly and I probably didn't even press down at all when I saw those edges coming off already. One nail of today's design is going to be sugared, of course, with my standard of nail designs. So I'm just going to cover it with some white glitter, looking beautiful, and I chucked it on top of a wet layer of that gel polish. And the reason I like to do that is because I quite like the white fine glitters to kind of sink into that polish, to kind of almost like mix up the colors. And I don't know, I hope you guys know what I mean. I just really like doing it that way, because otherwise I find that the glitter is way too white on top of that color. So now that everything has been cured, we can start applying our top coat. So I am using a matte top coat today, and we've only got 4 nails to cover up with our top coat. And we have a couple of last little things to tackle. We have quite a bit of crystal placement to do, nothing too crazy, just a mixture of pinky crystals with some opal crystals, beautiful opal crystals. And I also will be doing some additional little nail art, well, line art I guess it's called, with some Glitter Bells Unbelievable Gels. They cure tack free, so that's why I wanted to incorporate that in there. And I think with the image that we are trying to recreate today, I think that had it on there too. So I'm using some gold from Glitter Bells. Love their products. I've recently done a video kind of showcasing all the colours I have at the moment in my collection and the different yeah, I think it's just the colours really, and just how much I love them. They're literally amazing. So I am just going to outline this nail where the white is. You want to make sure you cure these for 60 seconds because they are super pigmented, they cure tack free, and I need just that little extra time in the lamp to make sure they don't budge. I have plenty of times cured these and forgot that they need 60 seconds, and yeah, it was just a mess, so I didn't do what I usually do. So for the second layer, I am going to apply the gold where the white and the pinky shade meets, so just like a little outline. You can alternatively use stickers, like liner stickers as well if you wanted to. I find this quite difficult to use sometimes, you know, so I feel like nail art liner brushes and stuff like that is so much easier for me. And for this full pink nail, I'm going to do some line work just like the image was that I showed at the beginning. So you want to do one top left, kind of drag down to bottom right. Then you want to do one almost a bit higher than in the middle from one side to the other. And then just drag one line to the left. I don't really know how to describe exactly where I'm placing my brush, but you can see there, if you're struggling with those lines, try picking up a longer brush, like a longer nail art brush. They are so handy with doing lines, and they're going to change your life forever, because they have for me. And I've been doing nails for so long, and only about a couple of months ago I ended up picking up a longer brush, and it's been a game changer, so definitely pick them up. So just a couple of crystal placement, nothing too crazy. We are going to add some additional details. I can't remember now off the top of my head if this crystal placement is exactly like the image. I think it is, but it's so pretty. I was so happy to use my opal crystals. It feels like I haven't used them forever, ever. So I'm going to also add some caviar beads in between the crystals. I think some of them I've shown you, some of them I don't think I did. But as you can see, it's a fairly repetitive process. It does take quite some time adding those caviar beads. Ideally, if you're doing this for a client or like press-on nails, you would probably prefer to place your crystals and everything down first and then top coat. That will help with keeping the crystals in place and the caviar beads as well, making sure they don't budge when someone's wearing them. But of course, for today's video, it's all for, you know, design purposes. No one ever wears these nails. They're all the same size. So even if somebody wanted to, they couldn't. They're all the same sizes. So there's my caviar beads. And also, if you're wondering, the rhinestone glue gel that I'm using is from Macart. And what else? The crystals are all from AliExpress, the pink and the opal. And the nail art brush is actually from Shein. Funny enough, they had like a pack of a couple of sizes, maybe like 5 or 6 different brushes in there for £6. So basically equaled about £1 each. So that was fun. So that's where I got all of those good stuff. So I think I'll let you guys just chill, relax, and watch this little crystal placement, and I'll be back with you guys once it's done. Alrighty, so this nail is almost done. I'm going to straighten up. I am also going to add some caviar beads, which I didn't include on camera. I'm going to cure it, and here are the final results. I love how they came out. I did do this nail design with a different transfer foil, so I will show you guys that any second now. I'll compare them next to each other. So this one's given a bit more of like a reddy vibe, but the other one that I did had a bit more of like a pinky vibe. So here it is, I'm grabbing them. There we go. So they give completely different looks, but I believe the red one is kind of giving more vintage, so I thought I would do that one rather than the pink one. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!